This is TWiT.
Microsoft does sell Surface PCs. Still, they sell fewer of them than they used to. That's an interesting little thing that's happening here. They got rid of most of the weird ones and the non-essential things like headphones and stuff. And they announced 2 PCs in the live stream, or in the non-live stream, I guess, that you guys saw. And then 2 more Surface devices, one of which is a PC separately, which I thought was kind of weird, but okay, whatever. Only one of those PCs matters. It's the one Richard's been waiting for. It's the Surface Studio Laptop 2. This ties into an AI story we have later in the show, so I'll just blow through that right now, actually. This thing comes with a 13th gen, I think it's H series, but whatever series it is, mobile processor. This is a mobile generation processor. With the 13th gen chips, Intel provides an add-on NPU that you can put on the motherboard only on desktop, right? So as of today, the current generation of Intel chipsets, core chipsets, is 13th. There are mobile and desktop variants. The desktop variant none of them have an integrated NPU. They will. That's the 14th gen. But with the 13th gen desktop, you could actually buy, I don't know anyone that sells this, but you could make a motherboard that has a socket for it and add the NPU to it. And you could have your NPU. Not on mobile. But this thing is on mobile and it does have an NPU. What the hell's going on? Well, Intel for Microsoft only apparently is doing exactly what I just described. They allowed them to make a motherboard that accepts the NPU socket, and they're putting the socket on the board, and that thing ships with an NPU. I believe it is the only and will be the only 13th gen laptop ever to have that capability. Very interesting, right? So at least they have something to announce. Right before the show, I'll just blow through something that was, coming up later. Intel announced Meteor Lake, the 14th gen of these chipsets, that as per their schedule for many, many years, they announce in the fall, usually around IFA, which was earlier this month, for desktop. And they start selling those desktop systems in time for the holidays. Then in January, they announce the mobile version, and they start selling those products in February, March, et cetera, right? Those products were all expected to have this integrated NPU, or what I think Intel might call the AI engine, right? Integrated into the SoC. So it's not a separate chip anymore. It's everyone gets it. You can't, as a PC maker, not get it. You're all getting it.
The same way microprocessors just became part of the chip.
Yeah. And so when they announced it, I was like, oh, that's kind of curious. It's a little off schedule, but maybe because of the Microsoft event, something, I don't know. But here's what I missed, because this is on me. I didn't look into this too deeply because I'm waiting for January. That's the thing that's important to me. I'm not buying a desktop PC. Who cares? That is not what they announced. This year, for the first time, with Meteor Lake, they announced the mobile generation of chips. That's what they announced.
Really?
That is what's coming out. So they are shipping these before the end of the year. They're not shipping them in January. They're doing it now. The desktop version is what's coming next year. They have never done that.
So they swapped it.
In recent memory. Yep, they swapped them around. And I think, honestly, I don't know why they don't. I mean, they should always do. They should ship they should do this in August and ship the mobile thing so we have back to school and holiday, right? I mean,
I wonder if you're literally just looking at the legacy of once upon a time you sold desktops first, laptops were an afterthought.
That's right. Yeah.
It hasn't been true for years, but they were only just finally recognizing switch this up.
Yeah.
I don't want to drag this out. I'm so sorry, but I am a huge. I'm so intrigued by things that are traditions where you just do things and you don't even know why. And if you press someone on why they're doing it, they can't answer the question.
They don't even know.
I bore the hell out of my wife every morning when we walk. And I brought this topic up today, and she told me a story, which was something she had read, where this woman always cut the end of a ham off before cooking it. And so someone said, why do you do that? She said, I don't know. My mother did it this way. So they went to the mother and said, why do you do that? And she said, oh, I don't even know. My mother did it this way. So they went to the great-grandmother, still alive. They said, how come you did this? And she said, I had this really small pan. It's the only way I could fit the ham in the pan.
Yes.
So everybody for generations just kept doing this without any understanding of what the purpose of it. And yes, to Richard's point about Intel, and I mean, we as people, human beings or whatever, I think we get stuck. And we've always done it this way.
Well, and plus you're also in a incredible fast cadence. You moving deadlines around is not a trivial thing, right?
Yeah.
The broader picture of what's the logical order, what will have the best impact on sales, just doesn't come up compared to I haven't got time to think about this. I got to get working on the next gen.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Nobody wants to do the thing where they, and this, we'll just pretend it's Intel, the only thing that matters here. But, no one in Intel wants to be the guy that says, hey, I have an idea. Well, you're right. We should switch that schedule. And what I'll do is I'll take the bullet and I won't release a product for 18 months.
Right.
No one's going to say that.
No one wants to do that.
No one wants to no. Like,
be the person who suggests that in the first place. And then they're like, why? What do you, what?
And that probably contributes to
all of that. Yeah.
I mean, so nobody wants to do it.
Tech Break is brought to you by our friends at IT Pro TV, now called ACI Learning. From CompTIA, Cisco, and Microsoft to security and cloud fundamentals, your team can master it all with IT Pro from ACI Learning. TWiT listeners can receive up to 65% off an IT Pro Enterprise Solution Plan. Based on your team's size, you'll receive a properly quoted discount tailored to your needs. Visit go.acilearning.com/twit today.